I would like to theory craft a little bit today, and it's going to be about the Zeus and the Decoy. Now, both of these are very, very underutilized in competitive and pro play overall, with the Zeus only being used maybe as like an eco round weapon, or like Decoy just being like a randomly thrown grenade if you have extra money, right? Now, I think in pro play, as you guys know, as it gets more competitive and better, information becomes more and more important, right? It kind of becomes like a chess game, and I think you've heard that analogy a lot before. And yeah, you kind of want to know what you're getting your pieces into if you're gonna be leading a team, especially. So, the Decoy and the Zeus, I think both can be used as very, very, very good decoy devices, if you may. Now, let me explain what I mean by that. The Decoy, I'm sure as you know, if you shoot it, it recharges, and after it does recharge, it makes a little noise. Now, that noise is important. That's what we want. Now, you want the T's to hear you, because basically, let's say you place it in second oranges and it recharges, and that T hears it, so he thinks there's a guy there. Boom, you're not actually there. Now, you can also, after you like play around with it more and more, you can also play around with your food, basically. So maybe you place it on the spot that you're actually holding. Now, and then you actually peek kill him if the T gets like think it's somewhere else. Now, I don't know why my shots are doing that. Besides the point, whatever. But yeah, now another thing though is that the Zeus, unfortunately, because it's not very widely used in competitive play, I think it's a decoy, or a Zeus decoy would not be very believable unless it's like a decoy, or I'm not eco, where it's like, oops, I shot on accident and it recharged. So that would be a little more believable. But I'm thinking if more people adopt this Zeus meta, if you may, then it would absolutely become more and more believable, because then people would be trying to fake everything out like over and over again. And then sure, you can say it's not necessary, but I mean, CS is getting more competitive by the day, but and I think this is a very, very interesting way to play the game as well, just to throw some random stuff in there, right? Because in the fog of war, you never know, stuff happens, right? And everything, I'm sure, as you know, things are already get like confusing as they are enough. Like you see like five smokes down, flashes everywhere. A little bit more would be pretty good, I think, against your opponents at least. Now, talking about the fog of war, let's talk about the decoy. Now, usually people would just throw this on its own and call it a day, but hear me out. On T sides, let's just give an application in pistol round. Usually people buy Kevlar or utility, but usually mostly Kevlar. Now let's say they all buy Kevlar, and then they have $150 extra on pistol round, and they can buy a decoy. Now, singularly, it's not that good. Individually, it's not the greatest. But let's say you throw 5 of them at once, and they all make the Glock sound. Now, what happens then? Well, I mean, it makes a lot more shooting sounds, and it actually kind of creates more fog. And basically, it's a false sense of information, or just you create false information. Now, the CTs are going to be like, I hear shots, and he clears it, and it's like, it's only decoys, it's fake information, so there's nobody here. And what you can essentially do with that is you can actually run up on your own decoys and run up mid right here to basically mask your own sound. So those sounds are loud, and it's most likely going to mask your footsteps. And by the time the CTs actually do realize what's going on, it's going to be later than if you didn't throw a decoy at all. Now, on gun rounds as well, you can also absolutely use these as fake flashes. I mean, in any scenario, but you know, I'm pretty sure that's a pretty well-known fact, because it does look identical to a regular flashbang, so you could absolutely fake people out with that. Now, on gun rounds as well, you can also absolutely just dump them out into like some random corner of the map. And let's say this, you're alone in apartments. You want to clear out apps, and you want to kind of create the illusion that there's more people than there actually is. So what do? Drop a decoy, and then there's 2 sets of gunshots. Now, I don't know how believable this may be, because, you know, it keeps on going, the gunshots keep on going, but at the end of the day, you still create some sort of confusion, right? Maybe it's solved very quickly, but still, there's a little bit more, and when the bar is so high in, like, tier 1, maybe that is the exact edge you need, kind of. And sure, maybe it's not the best, but, you know, I think CS right now is very, very straightforward with the utility that we have. I think it's time that we kind of utilize the other stuff more, as useless as it may be. Now, would this work? I don't know. And would this be good? I don't know until it does actually get utilized in pro play or competitive play. But yeah, if you guys watch this and you guys think this idea is cool, tell me how you guys feel about it, because I think there is a lot of potential for this to be a very, very good meta, I guess, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.